If someone were to shadow you day in, day out, what would they learn about the movie business, the way you do it, where you are?
I think that they would learn from me specifically that they would learn that directing, specifically as a director, learn that directing is a collaborative process. I think that sometimes in the way that it's shown is like, especially in, media tropes about directors, they're controlling everything. Really, they would find that, I would just let things kind of play out and not try to over control things too much. That was something that I didn't know. I thought, okay, I'm gonna go get to set and everybody's gonna be looking at me for how exactly to make things happen. Actually, because of some of the confidence I've built in things like being able to edit and just over, a course of a lot of films, that the life and the set will run a lot more smoothly if people are trusted to do their job and it's not too heavy-handed. Now, I think they'd also learn that you should be careful about how you organize your time on set. In other words, when the lunchtime comes, I go away. I don't sit and chat with the actors and stuff like that. You need to keep yourself as calm or as focused as possible. And you need a minute to as much as you can, to just keep yourself in that zone, because it's not that easy. It's a lot of things going on. And so I would try to show someone that tone and the harmony of the set is incredibly important for your outcomes and results. It plays a huge part. So I would create, or I would show that somebody that's shadowing me, that I create that kind of environment on the set. And I think that they would also learn that, it's just kind of a lot of ups and downs, but it's, you just got to stay positive about everything, and try not to lose perspective. We're doing something that's super fun, and we're doing something that's enjoyable. And even though it's a lot of crazy stuff going on, it's still something that we all really want to do. And it's not anything that's it's a lot of times not life or death. It's just, it seems like it just feels like it because it hits that same place in your soul. Like it's this fight or flight moments and this and that. And I had a guy that was on a movie I was producing, and he got fired as the producer, and it was this big, as the director, and it was a big kind of conspiracy against them, and it was this big thing, and I took him to the airport and I said, man, this is terrible, what's happened to you. And he said to me, he goes, like 3 years ago, my wife, had this thing in her throat or something, and they found something, and within 6 months, she was dead. And he goes, that's something. He goes, this is nothing. This is just a movie. And he got on the plane and he went away. And I never forgot that, because it's true. Keep it in perspective. Don't lose perspective. We're having fun. We're making a movie. We're being creative. We're doing what we love to do. Let it play out, and don't try to hold on to it so much. Just let it go and let things play out the way they're meant to play out.
Yeah, that's what I had asked you. I mean, that's a beautiful story, by the way, about when you can tell when someone's been knocked down, mm-hmm. and you can sometimes tell and how they react to certain things, mm-hmm. and that right there, that's a
I couldn't believe how calm he was. It was just this is nothing.
And you're driving him to the airport. Sorry.
Yeah, and he just turned and walked away. So yeah.
So if someone was to also shadow you as a producer, what would they learn? And how would the producer and the director duties differ?
Well, from I'm assuming you're talking about on-set producer, and not a like creative producer where where you're putting the package together. But on-set producer, they'd learn that you know it's you have to learn to take a little bit of abuse and deal with it, and you can't take it personally. The idea of most sets is that most problems are the producer's problems. Production didn't do this. Production didn't provide that. Production didn't send this here at the right time. It's always production's fault. You have to really grow a thick skin. You have to. You grow a thick skin and focus on making your days and getting the film done. Don't get into the emotion of it. Don't get sucked into that. You just stay on point, stay on focus, and let people know that you're watching everything and that you're ultimately there to take care of them, and learn to apologize when you've done something wrong, and make the move to correct it as quickly as possible. Don't get in arguments. Arguments as a producer are a waste of time. You're the boss ultimately, so just don't even go there. Just stay on target, stay on message, and stay on point, and think about making your days and making sure that, like your director is like a drawbridge. Just make sure it's always a step in front of them. Don't ever let that camera stop. Nothing stops the camera. Have to keep the camera moving. So I guess that's what I think as a producer. I prefer to direct, but I'm getting ready to produce a movie now, and it's going to be interesting.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
It is a Christmas movie. I mean, my writer told me the other day, he says it's about a guy that has no shoes. If you ask me right now, is it in a Christmas movie? Well, yeah, that's the one where he has the little doll, right? The teddy bear?
I don't remember that part. I do remember it's the Christmas party's happening.
Yes, it is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
How can I be an action director or not? I can't remember Die Hard. It's been too long.
That's okay. It's been a while for me.
It's been a while. I can't remember. So, well, yeah. I mean, not to be not as fun as it is supposed to be, but I think it's more about vulnerability. He's hurt, injured, no shoes, badly hurt foot, and he's got to limp around and figure all this stuff out. And but the answer is yes. I'm going to say yes just because I think it certainly sounds cooler to say yes.